What's up everybody, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to remove the outer shell on a commonly sold Hisense portable AC unit. This is model AP0621CR1W. I bought this at Lowe's 2 to 3 years ago. I clean it regularly, at least the filters that are meant to be cleaned. They're on the back and the side here, so you have your side filter that just slides out. Gets pretty grimy. You have to clean that regularly. Then you have the rear filter. It's a little more in depth. It removes by removing the two clips at the top, and then what that does is allows you to get to the insert. Those same clips you'll actually bend the other way lightly. They have a clip on the back of them so that you can remove the insert and then clean it. So then you got this that is directional. You'll see one side is thicker at the top than the other. It has to be cleaned. That's for the upper part of the coil. You can see mine's pretty clean, especially for its age. My concern is the lower part of the coil is nasty, which you can see through the vent. You can't see on camera, but it needs to be cleaned. I have a pet, and even though I clean this regularly, it still cools. But I want it like for, you know, I don't want germs or a fire hazard, so it needs to be clean because it's gross. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now you might be doing this because you've lost your cooling efficiency on yours, so the coils might need to be cleaned all the way. Mine still, like I said, cools pretty well, but I'm definitely expecting it to increase efficiency when it's cleaned. So here's your exhaust vent. The blower motor fan is in there. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on the back, and then one on the bottom on each side on this little tab down here. You can see where I'm pointing. One on each side. There's one over here. I've loosened all these already. So one down here. So we'll go ahead and remove those. They're just a standard Phillips screwdriver. Now you can release the case. It's held on by pretty aggressive plastic clips with 2 flatheads. I didn't choose to do that though because you could punch a hole through the cheap plastic. I used panel tools and just kind of massaged it off, but that's if you have access to these. I have them because I work on cars, and they're good because they're non-marring. They won't chew up the plastic. Either way, you can use whatever you have available. Just be careful and take your time. Patience is key. So we'll go ahead and remove these screws. They're all the same length, so you don't need to worry about remembering what goes, which screw goes in what hole, because they're all the same length. It's not going to matter. So just set them off to the side. It's honestly really simple to do this. Besides the fact, like I said, the clips are extremely aggressive. And if you haven't done it before, you might have a lot of grime that's gotten into like the foam seals that are in here and kind of created like a glue. If you had any kind of condensation that, you know, got any of this damp, then all of a sudden you've got all the grime that got damp matted together, and it just kind of created a grody seal, depending on how nasty your AC unit is. So all those are removed. Now you have various clips. You can kind of see the end, like the like plastic molding when you look down the side. You won't be able to see it on camera, but you have clips like roughly here, 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 2 on the top. And there are little like holes where you can pry to release these things, but you can't see them until you've already started releasing the clips, so that's kind of pointless. They're like little grooves. So we're just going to go in here, and it won't be this easy. It's because I've already loosened them. And then you're going to go facing the rear. You'll put it in and pry it gently towards the rear of the unit, and you can kind of see what I mean. These grooves to pry in. Obviously I'm not doing that because if you just pried in those 2 areas far apart, you'd snap all your clips off for a good amount. So we'll just take our time, just keep sliding it, and when it gets loose, you'll do the other side. That popped the whole thing off because, like I said, I had already loosened this. So you can see all my clips on each side. There's 2 and they're intact. 2 over here intact. You just take your time. Now what you're going to want to do is pivot the rear of the panel up from the bottom and work at the top. Actually, you want to pick that up so that you can just see. You just want to pivot up the rear, just like show. So you just want to pivot the rear up and kind of get in here just a little. Give it a little bit of, actually, get the thinner one. Little bit of motivation here. And then as you bring it up, I'm just jiggling it, and it'll loosen it up. You can kind of see the gaps and then bring it back. And there you have it. So you can set it back down. How it was. So there you have it. You can see the grime and stuff. Mine's not too bad, but you can see there's like clumps of cat hair at the bottom. Not bad for, you know, about, like I said, somewhere between 2 and 3 years. But the back, now this upper coil isn't bad, but look at that lower coil. One of the main units. Look at this. This is absolutely grody. And I didn't have any odors or anything yet, but look at this. You could probably peel this off. Like, you can peel this off. That's nuts. It's like a just nasty carpet. So I'm expecting this will improve my efficiency a lot. Look at that. That is no bueno. So as you can see, I just peeled off a layer, and I got lucky because I don't have a lot of moisture. I got lucky in the fact that it's not caked in there. It's coming off really easy without even cleaning, as you can see. Nasty. Others might not be so lucky. It might have gotten wet and caked in between the fins, where you're gonna have to, you know, clean the fins with a fine brush or whatever it might be in your case. So I'm gonna vacuum this off. It should just pull this right off. But there you have it. That's how you remove the rear case to access this, because obviously this has to be cleaned. A good time to clean in here and vacuum your lines and just tidy everything up. I had a little bit of condensation, moisture at the top here. It's gonna have to be wiped up. Good time to check to make sure that, you know, the plastic screws are snug. You know, the screws holding the plastic, the unit, the front cover. They're around the sides. There's 2 on the top here that are exposed once the rear is off. So it's a good time to just check all of that. And again, your model is right here. I'll include a link, or I'll put the info in the bio for this video in the description. But there you have it. I hope that helped somebody out there, because it is definitely confusing since everything's kind of hidden. The clips are hidden. But there you have it. Thanks for watching.